Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the recap of RuPaul's Drag Race All Stars 8. Today, we're going to be going over our TV show trailer challenge, talking about each group's performance, and how we feel, and then the lip sync, and all of that stuff. It's a standard episode as always, so let's just get on into it, I guess. Okay, our first group, which was Alexis Michelle, Darian Lake, and James Mansfield, did their trailer for Get Off Island. This one was odd to me. Like, I like the concept of it a lot, and I feel like the acting of it was pretty alright, but it was the execution and the way that the scenes went and, like, I don't know. Because, like, realistically, I liked the acting. I feel like it's a good concept. I just don't think they performed and executed the concept well for me at points where I'm just like, okay, why exactly are they making this choice here? And like how they're crashing onto the island and how they find out there are, like dead celebrities on this island. It felt odd, the pacing of it. I really don't know exactly how to put like how I have no clue how I would judge this challenge, not gonna lie. I'm just gonna start off with that. Cause like I really don't. Cause like while this group I think performed probably the worst overall, I have a big gripe with the second group that we're gonna get to. But overall, I feel like Alexis did the best in the group. I feel like Darian also did okay, and James did slightly, I would say, slightly worse than them. But like, I don't think any of their acting was actually bad at all. I wouldn't say that any of them are the worst actor in this challenge. I'd actually probably say it was Kahana, but like, I think the margin of like who did the best and who did the worst in terms of the acting of it is very slim. So I wouldn't I would say that they're all within the same like percentile. So I'm not gonna like say that like somebody did the worst at acting and they should be in the bottom because they sucked, because nobody really did. I think I kind of agree with the judging of it, in the sense of it wasn't as much based on like the physical acting and more based on like how they executed the concept of it. So yeah, this group is a confusing judge for me, honestly, but I would probably put them as the bottom group if we're judging in groups still. And even if we're not judging in groups, I think because, again, the acting performances are so similar in this challenge to me, I feel like two, if not all three of them, would end up being in the bottom. Okay, next we have Jessica Wilde, Jimbo, and Canty Muse for Best Friends for Never. And I think just as like a acting challenge performance, this was the best one. Like the overall group did the best here. My gripe is it doesn't really fit the prompt. The prompt is create a trailer for a series. They really kind of showed the beginning and the end of the trailer. Like literally they showed like the beginning, middle, and end of the story. Like if you kill the two of the main characters in the trailer, like that's not how trailers work, which was annoying to me. And we do have that issue also slightly with the third group, not as bad, because like there are ways to kind of like stem from it. It can be like it could be like a recurring thing where they keep trying to kidnap Kahana's character, but like they can't do it or something, you know? Like I can see how it develops into like a full thing. But this one literally, you're killing off two of the three main characters in the trailer. It's like, girl, we know what happens. I don't know where you're developing from here. I mean, that could be the end of the season, but like still, that's just not it doesn't fit what a trailer really is. But in terms of actual challenge performance, I think Jimbo here did the best. I think she did a pretty damn good job. And Candy Muse and Jessica Wilde also did all right, I would say. I think they were very like middle of the pack in terms of performances. I would say I would say like Jimbo is my favorite. Then like Heidi and Lala are like tied under her. Then we have like Candy and Jessica tied under her. And then there's some combination of Kahana and the first group. And like, where they go into there that I don't really have like a fully fledged opinion on at this point. But yeah, again, the trailer was great, but it wasn't. It doesn't to me fit like what a trailer is. So it's like the judging of this episode is so hard. And I kind of don't blame however somebody would choose to judge this episode unless they're saying, like, oh, group one did the best by far. It's like, no, I don't agree with that. But, this is just, again, this is a hard episode to judge. For our third group, we had Run Queen Run, featuring Heidi N. Closet, Kahana Montrese, and La La Ree. And I would say I feel like this group is almost kind of like lands in the middle of the groups, in terms of the fact that I feel like the performances were probably second best as a whole, just like looking at the groups as separate entities. And also, like, the concept was probably the second best concept. And the execution was, I don't know. Was it, I'm not sure. I feel like the script did a pretty good job, though. Heidi and Lala's characters were just so ridiculous in this. I mean, just look at them. They look ridiculous. They did great here. Kahana did, again, she did fine, which in terms of the job, in terms of like this challenge and like ranking people, fine is like in the bottom half of people for this. But regardless, I feel like I like the concept. I liked Heidi and Lala's performances. Overall, could Heidi or Lala have won? Sure. Do I feel particularly strong about, like, they should have been the top team, or, like, Heidi or Lala should have won the challenge? Not particularly. I feel like they did. I feel like they did a pretty good job, but, like, I don't have much to say after that. Okay, here's this point where I'm gonna list some gripes about this season for a minute. This season, the energy just feels stilted to me. And I have ideas why. Number one, I think the lip sync assassin format is tired at this point. It's just I said this at in the review of the second episode, or no, was it last episode? I forget. But whatever. This format I feel like just isn't serving what it needs to be doing. You know what I mean? Like, because we're only having one person win each episode, the momentum of it feels like stunted in comparison to like a bunch of the other All-Star seasons that use the top two format. Because all of these people are such stars and we're expecting them to perform well, once we're at this point in the season where there's 8 people left and we're like, okay, Heidi doesn't have a win, Lala doesn't have a win, Candy doesn't have a win. It's like, okay, what are we, like, you want the momentum to pick up further. I think because everybody is such like a star here, you want to, at this point, seen these people succeed. And I feel like if we had a top 2 format for this season, we could have very reasonably seen all 3 of them be in the top 2 at some point. Heidi should have been, or absolutely could have won the ball, should have been high for it. Lala for the first episode, or hell, like even this episode, I feel like you could very reasonably put Lala in the top for, any one of these episodes if you kind of wanted to, if you wanted to make it that way. And Candy, like, you could have put in the top for this episode if you wanted. So, like, I just don't, like, if it was a top 2 format. So, like, I don't understand why we're doing it like this. Okay. And also, the things that I thought of earlier. Looking at the seasons with Lip Sync Assassins, aka All Stars 5, 6, and 8, All Stars 6 did it the best. And I think the reasoning of it is because we had more episodes with it. We had 13 contestants, and we had a re-entry episode, which then allowed for another extra episode to occur. So we had 10 episodes with Lip Sync Assassins and challenge winners in them. If this season goes the way that we expect it to, being a top 4 and no battle back or something occurring of any kind, then we're only going to have 8. And 8 opportunities to win a challenge with 12 contestants just doesn't feel like enough. You know what I mean? Especially for an All-Stars. You want these people to win a challenge and succeed because they are All-Stars. But the fact that we're cutting with the Lip Sync Assassin format the chance for being in the top 2 in half, you know? Like, we would have 8 more to, like, top 2 placements, alongside the winning placements if we were using the formats and, done in All-Stars 2, 3, 4, and the versus the worlds and stuff. In this scenario, it just doesn't feel like we're giving each contestant their flowers enough, I feel like. And it kind of stunts the momentum for me because I'm just like waiting for these people to get wins, you know? And even though even though people have won challenges, it doesn't even really feel like people are front runners at this point. And it should feel like that, you know? I just don't like this format anymore. I really can't. I don't like it. I don't like it. And I'm sorry to complain in the middle of this, but we just need a different format. And that's my opinion. So the lip sync for this episode is between Jimbo and Chanel to Bad Reputation. It is very interesting to see Chanel back. I don't know how I feel about it. But like, I mean, like, good for her. But like, I'm not like, oh my God, Chanel. If we had like Akasha back for a lip sync assassin, oh boy, I'd be at the edge of my seat. But regardless, this lip sync was fine. I feel like it's on the same level as like Shebop to me, where it's like, okay, this was a lip sync. It didn't like I wasn't actively like I wasn't staring down at my phone because I was bored by it, but I also wasn't like staring intently at my screen trying to like see what every single little bit of thing was happening. I was just like, okay, it's a lip sync on Drag Race. It's fine, you know. That's why I chose the picture of Michelle reacting to it, because I was like, I don't know exactly what point from this lip sync would I choose to be like, oh, this is a moment. I just thought this screen cap of Michelle was funny, and so I was like, hey, let's just put it here. Chanel wins the lip sync. I completely agree with that. And the contestants send home Darian, which at this point makes the most sense. Darian's been in the bottom for 3 out of the 4 episodes, but it is still upsetting to see Darian go, because I know she made it to the Snatch Game episode, a girl she could have won. She would have been in the top, I feel like, for sure. But, God, just miss out on Snatch Game. It's like, oh, that sucks for her, you know? Also, we never got to see a lip sync from Darian on this season, which is also, like, a travesty. Miss Darian Lake, I'm so happy for her that she got to come back. And I wish that she was able to like excel more on this season, but sadly that just was not the case. God, I fucking love this promo look. It's so sexy. It's just perfect. The flowers, almost like the bouquet on her shoulder. I felt like I talked about this in the first episode, or did I? I don't remember. I don't know. I feel like I talked about it at some point, but who knows. I fucking love this look. I love Darian. I Can we get Darian on Versus the World? That would be a gag. I would love it. Why not? I hope she does better if she was. But like she's just such a I don't know. She's either like in the bottom or she's a powerhouse, and I want to see I want to see Darian, like current day Darian, be a powerhouse. And sadly, we just didn't get to see it. But I still love this bitch, and I'm sad to see her go. The curse of names at the end of the cast list being eliminated is being broken because Darian has been eliminated. So who is going to make our finale? My predicted top 4 at this moment in time is going to be Jimbo, Jessica, James, Candy. I don't know why. That's kind of just the first 4 I saw and was like, yeah, that tracks. I mean, literally, at this point, I feel like Kahana is going to end up falling the way of a lot of our first challenge winners. And especially with the next episode being Snatch Game, I like, who do we like? We know Alexis Michelle is going to do a good job. We know Jimbo's going to do a good job. We've seen Jessica do a pretty dang good job as RuPaul. James is a comedy queen. Candy Muse did fine on her season. Heidi did great on her season. I feel like looking at the odds for Snatch Game, it might be a La Kahana bottom too. And if that is the case, even though Kahana won a challenge so far, I could see a very reasonable scenario where Kahana goes home. So I did have her in my top earlier, but I think I'm taking her out of it, and I'm choosing those four of Jimbo, Jessica, James, and Candy. That's just what my gut's saying at the moment, but that's changed like every episode, so who knows. But that is going to be it for this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe if you wish. Leave your thoughts, feelings, opinions down below. You can follow me on my Twitter. Tweet about Drag Race, just replying to weird, nasty people on Twitter. Very fun stuff. So yeah, do what you like. And again, thank you all so much for watching, and as always, take care. Bye-bye.